Now, when I shuffle a deck of cards well, what are the possible outcomes of that shuffling? What does the shuffling procedure do? It orders the deck. It puts the deck in some order. So the outcomes of shuffling the deck are orders of the 52 cards in the deck. Okay? One possible outcome would be ace of spades, two of spades, three of spades, etc., on up to king of spades, ace of hearts, two of hearts, etc., on up to king of hearts, etc. You know, so the 52 cards laid out in that order. That's one possible outcome. All right. Another possible outcome would start with the 2, right, and go all the way up and then have the ace of spades at the end. So how many different possible outcomes are there? 52 factorial. Okay. So for shuffling a deck of cards, the number of outcomes of the shuffle, if you like, is 52 factorial. Okay. And so what would be, for the sake of argument, the probability that that the first card is the king of spades, the top card? For the uniform distribution on shuffling. Okay, well, I need to figure out how many outcomes there are for which the king of spades is the first card, is the top card after shuffling, and then divide that by 52 factorial. So how many outcomes are there where the king of spades is first? Well, I could have the king of spades first and then the 2 of diamonds second. I could have the king of spades first and then the 3 of clubs second. And then there's a whole bunch of outcomes of shuffling that have the king. If it were only one out of 52 factorial that had the king of spades first, the probability of the king of spades first would be microscopic, right? 51 factorial I have conjectured. Okay, how do we think this through? Well, we need the king of spades to be first. Okay. And then for the king of spades first, what choices do I have for the rest? I have 51 choices for what comes second, 50 for what comes third, etc., on up to 1 for what comes 52nd. Okay? So exactly right. It's 51. There are 51 factorial orderings of the deck that have the king of spades as the top card, or the first card. So this is equal to, therefore, 51 factorial over 52 factorial. And that looks an awful lot like 1 over 52. It's not that there are 52 factorial outcomes. We're only getting 1 out of 52. Okay? So it makes sense that there's, having put the king of spades first, there's a whole lot of ways you can arrange the rest of the cards, right? Many, 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 many. Yep. In fact, 51 factorial many. Okay. Okay, so our model for a well-shuffled deck is going to be that those 52 factorial orderings of the deck are equally likely. That is, uniform distribution on the 52 factorial possible orderings.